Are you ready to prove you're way smarter than all other people? Then let's play Love Is! Hey-yo! Welcome to Love Is! I'm your host, Jonathan. Let's get right to it. Love is treating others like they matter to God. And we know everyone matters to God because God made everyone, right? He made you, He made me, He made our contestant for round number 3. Please welcome Kenny. How are you doing today, Kenny?
I'm fine.
Are you ready to play?
I guess so.
Good. This kid's toast. Let's see the categories. 19th century Danish philosophers, nuclear physics, mathematical theory, world history, geography, marine biology, animals that start with Q, rhymes with orange, and the one thing. Go ahead, Kenny. Pick one.
What do these have to do with love?
Oh, you just let me worry about that, Junior. Pick a category.
Okay. Geography.
Oh, big mistake, Kenny. Let's see the question. What country's capital city is Nairobi? Kenya! Boom! In your face, Kenny. Kenya, hear what I'm saying, Kenny? Kenya, hear what I'm saying?
I get it.
Pick another one.
World history.
Let's see it. What battle sparked the beginning of the Norman conquest of England? The Battle of Hastings! Where were you on that one, Ken? Little slow on the buzzer, aren't you? I'm just kidding. Give me 5. Oh! Too slow on the 5, too. You can't beat me at this game, Kenny. I'm too good.
I still don't understand why this game is called Love Is.
It's about a test of reflexes, Kenny. When it comes to love, you've got to be on your toes. Just like in today's story. You never know when the opportunity to love someone is going to come along. If you aren't careful, you might miss it.
You want to know what I think?
Let's talk more play. 19th century Danish philosophers. Kierkegaard! I'm on fire! Yeah!
And now for an amazing true story from the book of Luke. Chapter 10, verses 25 through 37.
As often happened when Jesus taught the people, one of the religious leaders tried to trip him up with a tricky question.
Teacher, what must I do to receive eternal life?
What is written in the law? How do you understand it?
Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul. Love him with all your strength and with all your mind. Oh, and love your neighbor as you love yourself.
You have answered correctly. Do that, and you will live. Immediately, the religious leader saw his chance to catch Jesus with one more question. He smirked.
Yes, very good. But just who is my neighbor?
Instead of giving the man a short answer, Jesus told a parable, a story with a lesson. Everyone around them listened, fascinated, as Jesus spun the story of a man who took a trip from Jerusalem to Jericho.
La-di-da-di-da-di-da. What a lovely day for a stroll to Jericho.
But somewhere along the road, the man was attacked by robbers.
All right, you, stick him up. What is this?
This is a robbery. What do you think it is?
No, please, help!
Quiet, you! The robbers stripped the man of his clothes and all of his belongings. They beat him senseless and left him bleeding on the side of the road.
Somebody, help me.
No one could hear the man's cries. He knew that if somebody didn't come down that road soon, he would most certainly die.
Just as I am without one plea.
In the distance, the man heard a voice. He looked up and saw a priest traveling toward him down the road.
Please, help me.
But that thy What was that?
Help! The priest saw the man lying there in great pain, and that's when he realized he was in an awful big hurry.
Oh, is that the time? I should have been at the temple hours ago. No time to dilly-dally. I'm off. Just as I am, poor wretched blind.
So the priest crossed to the other side of the road and walked right past the desperate man without even blinking an eye. The poor man was losing hope until he saw another traveler approaching.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not tell lies.
This traveler was a Levite, a teacher of the law, and he knew God's commands backwards and forwards, so surely this Levite would help, right? The man called out to him,
Please, help me.
Thou shalt not wear clothes made of 2 different kinds of fabric.
Help.
Thou shalt not... What? Oh, dear.
But just like the priest, when the Levite saw the dying man on the side of the road, he couldn't get away fast enough.
Gotta go. Thou shalt exercise every day. Thou shalt give your legs a thorough workout as quickest as thou canst.
So the Levite crossed to the other side of the road and zoomed right past the hurting man.
Why won't anybody help me?
Just then, a third traveler made his way down the road, riding his donkey towards the injured man. This man was a Samaritan.
Oh, great. A Samaritan.
Now, the Samaritans were looked down on by almost everyone. The Jewish people even considered them enemies. No doubt that this Samaritan would look at the injured man and go about his merry way too, just like the priest and the Levite had done.
You there. Are you okay?
Instead, when the Samaritan saw the man had been robbed, he felt sorry for him and rushed to his side.
What has happened to you? You're bleeding all over.
I was attacked. Robbers.
Wait right there. I have bandages in my pack.
The Samaritan poured oil on the man's wounds and bandaged him up to stop the bleeding. Then he hefted him onto his shoulder and put him on the donkey's back.
We've got to get you some help.
The Samaritan took the man to a local inn and did everything he could to make sure that he got better. He stayed with him all night, making sure that his bandages were fresh and that he got enough to eat and drink.
Drink plenty of water. You must get your strength back.
Thank you.
The next day, the Samaritan had to leave, but first, he spoke with the innkeeper.
Look, here are 2 silver coins. Make sure you take care of my friend. If it's not enough, I'll pay you back when I return this way.
When Jesus finished telling this parable, he turned to the religious leader, who looked a little less sure of himself.
Which of the 3 do you think was a neighbor to the man who was attacked by robbers? The priest, the Levite, or the Samaritan?
The religious leader knew the answer. He could see that everybody else did too. As hard as it was for him to admit it, he spoke the truth.
The Samaritan. The one who felt sorry for him and did something about it. Then go and do as he did.
The religious leader left, making his way along the dusty road. And as he walked, he started to notice the people around him, young and old, some with rich robes, some with only a single ragged cloak. And he couldn't help but think back on the deep truth Jesus had shared. Any of these people could be his neighbor.
Only 2 categories left, Kenny. I'm going for a sweep. Animals that start with Q. Name an animal that starts with Q.
A quail. It's okay. Maybe you'll get the last one. You're doing great.
You're not gonna make fun of me or trash talk me or anything?
Nah, I don't really like it when people do it to me. So...
Oh yeah, me neither. I think I know what this round has to do with love now. And I missed the point big time. You never know when the opportunity to show love is going to come along. If you aren't careful, you might miss it. I think sometimes we forget to love others not because we're not nice to people, but because we get so caught up in what we want and need that we don't notice what other people want and need. We care about what's convenient. We care about our time. We care about winning. But maybe we wouldn't forget to love if we tried to imagine what it would be like to walk in another person's shoes. I don't like it when people brag about winning to me, so maybe I shouldn't brag about winning to someone else. You might not like hearing other people gossip about you behind your back, so maybe you shouldn't gossip about other people behind theirs. You'd want someone to notice you if you were feeling sad or upset. So maybe you could try noticing when someone else seems sad and upset. You could be their good Samaritan. So here's the one thing to remember. You do the honors, Kenny.
I should treat others the way I want to be treated.
Sorry for being so mean, Kenny. I get real competitive sometimes.
Yeah, that's how I get with ping pong.
Oh, you think you're pretty good at ping pong, do you? I'd wipe the floor with you. I mean, maybe we could play later. For fun.
Sure.
We'll see you next time for round 4 of Love Is. You know any other animals that start with Q?
The quokka?
You're making that up.